go push his expansion. I haven't even scouted it yet, but I know he's pretty likely to try and expand. Watch this three scout tower kill Zot with the Panda. That is one of the reasons that this strategy... The Panda is a lot of the reason that this strategy ends up working pretty damn well. He's going to go for defend, but if you watch in this battle, the combination of fire plus the skeletons plus the black arrows makes it so that his defended footmen actually end up taking quite a bit more damage than I think he would have been expecting at this point. I could have done probably a slightly better job at protecting my fiends, but you know, it's not like I have a Death Knight or something to... Yeah, I really should have burrowed this one right here. I think I had burrow researched. You do, of course, want to research burrow when you hit tier 2. Let's see. Anyway, as you can see, the skeletons and everything make for a pretty powerful push. He has taken out most of my units at this point, but at the expense of taking an absolute shit ton of damage on his heroes. If you look at the Mountain King and the Archmage, they are both very low, whereas my heroes are in pretty damn good shape, even though they're out of mana. Seeing this, that's why I decide to come right back at this point once that group of militia backed off. Militia is one of those things that you have to be very, very watchful of. They will kick your ass. But, you know, they have a time limit on them and everything, so anytime, like, you're being restricted from doing something to your opponent by all the militia he's got, one of the things you can do is just back off for a little bit. As you saw there, I got a kill on the Mountain King. I'm playing dangerously with my Panda here. I was actually prepared to lose the guy because I wanted to take his Mountain King out. I saw it was at low health, and I knew if I sent both of my heroes after him, I could probably get him, or at least send him trucking back to his base, which would have been great for me. Another reason, like I said, it seems counterintuitive, I know, but you really do want to grab Rods of Necromancy for your Dark Ranger. The reason for this is you're not going to for one thing, the two skeletons that come from a rod are actually, I think they have a total of more health and more damage than a single skeleton that you get, a single dark minion. I think even better possibly than a level 2 dark minion. Plus, you're not going to get Black Arrow on every single unit you kill. Plus, since you don't have the Death Knight around, some of your units are going to get killed. Now, watch this right here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to focus down the peasants that are trying to repair these towers. Dark Ranger is absolutely fantastic for harassing human expansions in this sense, because whenever he tries to repair his towers, you just start focusing down his peasants, which gets you skeletons, which makes you kill the rest of his peasants even faster. So you have a very, very... the potential to do a very, very effective raid on a human expansion, even like with just your Dark Ranger and a Fiend and a couple of Skellies like I did there. And, you know, I've managed to keep him pretty much kill all of his peons. He finally ran me out because I just ran out of steam. My Dark Ranger was... I think she's still at full health, but pretty close to out of mana. His Mountain King was back out. It was time to leave, you know. The thing is, time is kind of on my side now, because if you look in the lower right-hand corner, I set up an expansion while I was doing that, and like I mentioned to you guys, I went ahead and set up some static defense for it, and we're going to see how that comes into play. Okay, so I've set up my expansion, and while I was pushing his expansion, now it's time to level up the Panda. I believe that's what I'm going to do next. This is pretty important because the Panda is very, very good insurance against Workshop in general, because everything that comes out of the Workshop is mechanical, and everything mechanical can get hit with Breath of Fire. So this applies to... Or excuse, what am I talking about? It doesn't really apply to mortars, but the tanks and the gyrocopters, level 2 to level 3 fire are really, really devastating against gyrocopters. So part of what I'm doing in this strategy, I'm building Fiends, I'm building a Panda. I'm asserting my right to build destroyers here. I know it's kind of disappointing at the end of a quote-unquote non-cookie cutter strategy to build a bunch of destroyers, but that's pretty much what I have to do. It's pretty much, I think, the best thing that I can do here, because with the Panda and the Fiends, all the stuff like mass Dragonhawk Riders or mass mass gyrocopters aren't going to be terribly effective against me. So especially like now that I have an expansion up and everything, he's really not going to have a very easy time controlling my destroyers, and everybody knows how much human players hate destroyers. I deliberately crept something that was close to my expansion, so that, you know, in the event that he tried to push me, I could kick his ass for it. I think, when he saw me coming, really should have gotten the hell out of there. He's gonna lose. I think I actually only managed to kill like a couple of footmen before he retreats, but nevertheless, he's really not getting anything here, and he's going to have to go heal all that. He spent a bunch of mana summoning those water elementals, plus he's giving me experience. The general gist of this strategy is a couple reasons I go Panda second. One, I don't have a coiling hero, so the Panda's high hit points and inability to get nuked by Holy Light make him a pretty attractive choice. Second, since I have the Dark Ranger with all the skeletons and things like that, I have a lot of power to power creep up my Panda. As far as I know, there's really no way to like back the Dark Ranger away so that only the Panda gets experience, because otherwise you're not going to get skeletons. So you just have to live with the fact that your Dark Ranger is going to be taking some of the experience. That's okay though, because high level silence. I actually, by the way, I train Black Arrow, Silence, Black Arrow, Silence, Silence. So I want to get level 3 Silence. The human heroes' spells are incredibly devastating to, well, just about any army, but especially to the undead army, because they can nuke you with Holy Light. So it stands to reason that Silence is an exceptionally good spell to bring along. Now that I've got destroyers, I mean, this is pretty much the typical thing that you're going to do anytime you've first gotten destroyer form researched, unless, you know, it's obviously stupid to do so, is I'm going to go push his expansion, because destroyers, as you know, I think by now, deal magic damage. Towers have heavy armor, so that means destroyers do a crap load of damage to human towers. Let's see. I think once he shows up, I just go ahead and town portal out. All I really wanted to do with this is make sure he built more towers, pick off a few peons thanks to using fire and Black Arrow and everything like that, maybe take a couple of his towers out, and then get out of there. Reasons for this: one, this map tends to be something of a creeping race at times, and if I can make him keep town portaling back to defend his expansion, that means he's not going to be able to go clear all the creeps on the map, because, as I'm sure you know, if the human gets a hero level advantage over you, you're going to have a pretty hard time. Okay, items. It's a very good idea to protect your heroes with any kind of items you can get your hands on. In this case, I have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability on my Panda. I probably should have gotten one for my Dark Ranger too, although I think I'm going to go ahead and buy... Let's see. Yeah, I got a healing potion for her. I don't have a Death Knight, as you've noticed, although I think I will build one near the very end of this game. But you